Hello and welcome to the Spanish Football Podcast YouTube channel. It's time for another scouting report. I'm Phil Kitromilides. Are you Sid Lowe?
I am.
Hello, Sid. We're going to talk about Samu Chukwueze today, the Nigerian international of Villarreal, currently doing good things with the Nigerian team at the African Cup of Nations. And last season he was very, very impressive in LaLiga. Burst onto the scene. Obviously he started the season with Villarreal's B team, but was so impressive that he was promoted to the first team and didn't look out of place at all.
And he's really exciting as well. It's the way he plays really kind of is. It's great to watch because he's very, very direct. He goes at people. His touch is good. He'll go at people, cut inside, shoot. He's not prepared. He's not frightened to take a shot on from difficult angles. He's not frightened to run at defenders. He's strong. He's quick. I think he will probably end up coming inside. He's played quite a lot of the season just to the side of the forwards rather than as the out and out centre forward. I think as well it might be that he's one of those players that time will tell whether he can do this kind of stuff without the space in front of him, without the space to run into. And obviously that's always a question with direct strikers, whether they can continue to perform as well without that space. You talk to people at Villarreal and they will talk to you about a player that still needs to learn some of the decision-making process, who's very young, who will get some of that. Obviously, sometimes with players they don't get that. However long they train for, however long they take to reach that point, sometimes they never quite get there. But I think he's got the basic materials to be a really, really exciting player. Quite expensive though, more expensive than I think we first realised.
We were checking his buyout clause. We thought it was around 40 million euros, but actually it's around about 63 million euros. But you might not necessarily have to pay all of that.
And because Villarreal are a club that know that they have to sell players, that know that they have to move the market in order to continue to progress. And I think if what tends to get referred to in Spain as an out-of-market proposal, in other words, a proposal that's bigger than what his level would be, they would certainly entertain it. I think if someone went to Villarreal and said, listen, we want to buy Samu Chukwueze, here's 30 million euros. I don't think you necessarily get him for that, but I think you begin the conversation at that. And I think you do get their ear and they do listen to you. And also as well, of course, by the way, Chukwueze himself will have a lot to say about this. This is a guy that Arsenal were interested in a couple of years ago. This is someone who knows that he's got a potential market in the Premier League. And I think someone who wouldn't be reluctant to look into that and to take that on. I think he's potentially a really, really good player. I think there are some elements of his game that will still need to improve. That's not surprising given his age, but he's exciting, and I think this could be a really interesting African Cup of Nations with him as well. I think he's probably the key player in the Nigerian side.
A big season coming up for him as well. If he does indeed stay with Villarreal, a lot of teams across Europe interested in Samu Chukwueze, and that is testament to just what a good season he had in La Liga, because as we said, he was one of the most exciting young players in the Primera División. This is the Spanish Football Podcast all summer. We're at patreon.com/TSFP, and here on our YouTube channel we're doing regular videos, so make sure you subscribe.